It's funny what you can find in another person's wallet. Cards on cards on cards. The inconsequential reminders of our shallow materialistic existence. Buddy's got health insurance, AAA, local library card. Seems innocent enough. Costco Gold member, huh? Your mom must love you. Debit card, credit cards, compromised a while ago, surely. And how could we forget this cute little smiling face? And all of these have just one thing in common: the name. We know enough about Gabriel, or Gabe as he seems to call himself. 23 years of age, went to college, manages a puny little YouTube channel, and clearly has a terrible taste in wallets. I mean, what even is this thing? You could fit an airplane hangar in here. And why is it covered with dinos? But that's where it gets interesting. Gabe has been missing for 145 days. The last known trace of his existence lies still on his YouTube channel.
Oh, and did I mention that I'm also going to Austria in a couple days?
April Fool's Day. Not such a good prank. This was our first real piece of evidence. The wallet was our second. Uncovered in a pile of half-eaten doner kebabs outside a Syrian restaurant. Irrelevant anyways. Important thing is, we know now that the point of disappearance occurred exactly during a very special flight. Well, how do you do? Austrian Airlines. Notorious for being obnoxiously polite. Or at least I've heard. And just like that, he was gone. But if you thought this was the end of the story, you better strap in.
This is right.
2 weeks after he went missing, an official search party was released.
Thank you for,
His parents were in shambles.
I know this can't be easy.
Anything I can do to help find my son.
Whatever suspicion we may have had about their involvement in this didn't last long.
You know, I had a bad feeling about this trip from the beginning. I knew I should have said something.
Well, can't beat yourself up over it now.
It's just he was so excited. He was so happy. I don't think anything I could have done could have kept him here.
I haven't seen him so ready to go since he went off to college.
He'll be back. I just wish he would call.
But he's coming back. I'm sure he is.
Did you ever figure out any more details of this little trip of his?
Well, he said it was confidential.
He signed an NDA and everything. I thought that was a little bit over the top myself, but who am I to judge?
All I really know is it had something to do with music. It was overseas. He wouldn't even say where in Austria he was staying.
It's like even he didn't know.
After another week, it was radio silence. Distant whispers led us on paper trails with no answers. We kept getting these toll tickets. Like, great, he's irresponsible. What's new? But eventually those whispers disappeared and we were left with nothing. Not even a guess. He disappeared into thin air. That was until an anonymous tip came in, donated on a stolen piece of evidence from the long-forgotten donor pile. Some clout-chasing groupie, apparently. Irrelevant anyways. It was a letter. No fingerprints to be found. Couldn't identify the handwriting, could barely even read the message on the front with all that kebab grease. But one thing was clear. Someone was being picky. But beggars can't be choosers. Inside, enough to know that that someone was pulling the strings. All we really got was bits and pieces, enough to see the peripheral. That's inside a palace, by the way. Ugh, Europeans. By all accounts, seems like he's having a blast. So what's the issue? Well, this is the first time we're seeing Gabe since the disappearance. He looks still about 15, but healthy, happy. A little too happy, if you ask me. We couldn't track down how this letter got to us. No postage, even the flight paths for the ETA were strangely restricted. Well, nothing is strange in this line of work anymore. And it didn't stop there. Every few days, we received a brand new envelope with brand new thumb drives, a brand new style, and a whole lot of brand new questions. Like, what the hell is that thing? Why does this give me a Nazi vibe? But they all shared the same simple message. We pinpointed the locations of some of these photos. Some rural town on the border of Austria and Hungary, the entertainment district in Liverpool, but they were all scrambled. No rhyme or reason to them. Typical behavior for a neurodivergent like Gabe. And then, one day, we got the box. It's what we started calling the final piece of this twisted puzzle. A 32-inch, 150-pound CRT TV, a relic from a forgotten age of analog and eye rot. But there was something special about this beastly machine. A code, perhaps, or maybe mindless conceit. Inside was over 2 terabytes of raw footage. Each clip with a nonsensical file name and even less visual clarity to work from. Either Gabe was yanking our chain, or he really doesn't know how to organize his files. Probably the latter. Irrelevant anyways. We spent days poring through these videos, trying to find a through line, a timeline. Eventually we landed on it. A European tour, from Austria to the UK and back to Austria. Then back to the good old homeland, but not home. To the Los Angeles skyline, Sunset Boulevard, Santa Monica, all while being searched for as a missing person. Gabe wasn't missing at all. He just knew how to hide. And don't tell me this was some kind of secret mission. My intuition told me he doesn't keep secrets very well. Speaking of, disguised on the back of the box was a small journal. Inside, there are entries leading up to April 21st. They don't give us much, just bits and pieces, thoughts and feelings. But on closer inspection, the graphite marks at the end of the journal were fresher, more recent. Some kind of poetry, I guess. Buddy wants to be a rock star. Don't we all? The only thing that journal gave us was more questions. Where did it come from? How is it different from all the other random evidence we've been given? But most importantly, where is Gabe now? So, yeah, I'm back. And better than ever, baby. Long story short, a lot has happened since that trip to Europe. Without boring you with all the details, just know that it's helped me take the next step in my career, being a full-time freelance videographer. But in finding my flow and learning to appreciate and love the grind that comes with it, I also realized how much I miss doing my own content. And when I finally worked up the courage to actually look at my channel after ghosting it for 5 months, I knew I needed to make a change. Now here I am, and I finally did the big video I wanted to do, and I'm still late to my own reunion party. But let's be honest, what's changed? And I've kind of had this idea for a while, this story that takes place in a vacuum where my presence on YouTube is the only evidence that I exist and I launch an investigation trying to find myself. And yes, the bowler hat and the voice are as corny as can possibly be, but I like it, okay? So shut the fuck up. I know it may have not made too much sense, but I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. It definitely took a little bit longer than I expected to make, if you couldn't tell. To be exact, most of it was shot in a day, but several days went by where I had to film other stuff to get inserts I didn't know I needed. And then there was the whole editing process and Foley and soundtrack, and yeah, you know, you get the gist. It was a lot. This is exactly what happens when you don't create a shot list and everything exists only in your head. So yeah, lesson learned, I guess. Maybe. Probably not. Look, I could go on about the whole process of making this video, but if you're interested in learning more, just, you know, drop a comment. Let me know. I definitely took a bit of BCS footage. I can't promise the quality, but it's there. But just know that I'm back, I'm motivated, I'm ready to give you guys all that patented Gabe content that you've been waiting so patiently for. And I thank you for that. Seriously. I have a ton of cool stuff in the works. I mean, more commentary, more film reviews, more singing content potentially. And don't tell anyone, but I might actually make a separate channel for my singing stuff eventually if it gets to that point. I don't even know. Clearly I can barely manage one channel, so we'll see how that goes. So stay tuned, and I promise I won't disappear on you like that again. At least, not for the next few months. Can't make any promises. All right, I'm actually done now, so goodbye. Bye-bye. See you later.